Hi guys. Okay, in my previous video you would have seen I made some paper tape using lots of little scraps of paper, and I just absolutely love how it turned out. So I think on that video I hadn't finished putting the double-sided tape on the back, so that's done now, and I've just wrapped it around piece of food packaging cardboard just to keep it under control. I just love it. It looks so cool. I think it's really nice. I especially like the neutrals. So you would have seen in that video I was pushing aside any really colourful stuff. I've got a few, you know, muted purples and greens in there, a few blues, but nothing really bright. But I just love it. Now, I must say, I much preferred it without the stitching. So a snippet roll I would usually stitch, but for, you know, a little tape, I think it looks so nice without it. So I'm going to make some more, like I said in that video, but I'm going to use the silicone mat. And I'm thinking I'm just going to put my pages down. That way I can glue them kind of overlapping. Like that. And that way when I cut it up, I'll cut it that way. I've got some longer strips that I can easily join together. Or maybe I won't join them together. Maybe I'll just leave them as strips. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to use the same stupid little scraps, but I did do a little bit of a pick up around my desk. So there's a few bigger pieces in here. But the bigger pieces I will tear down as well, because I don't want big blocks of the same, you know, piece on my tape. I want it all little pieces. Now, since I'm going to cut it that way, because it's longer, if I do have a long strip like this, actually this is the offcut of that tape, the best way is to glue it this way. That way when you cut it like that, it's only a small piece. That wasn't a good example. Let me give you a better example. Okay, say this. I wouldn't glue it this way because when I cut it lengthwise, I don't want a whole piece with the same colour. If I cut it that way, I'll only get a little snip on each strip. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to put this on fast forward because, you know, it's just me gluing, and I might chop some of it out. We'll see. But basically, that's the plan. And it might be a little bit quicker because I'm not using the glue stick. I'm just using PVA and a paintbrush. Alrighty, let's get started. I might trim this down a bit because I don't want it too thick. And this has also got glue along the edge of the pages, which are quite pokey. You know, the glue's dried really hard and pokey, so I'm going to snip those off. These will just go into my bin for making homemade paper. Okay, this is just some PVA mixed with water. I don't know the mix, sorry, because my PVA glue was quite thick. But you just add water to whatever consistency you like. I don't like mine too runny. Now I'm just going to join these first. This is where I'm just trying to figure out whether I should glue top and bottom. I think I'll go with top just because I don't think you can avoid it when you're using PVA with a paintbrush. Okay, I don't think I can avoid putting a lot of glue here. The one thing I did like about this one with the glue stick, it's very flat, which is kind of what I was going for with the tape. This I think is going to be not so flat. We'll see, because the PVA there's the crows, because the PVA glue yeah, it just makes it buckle. Hi guys. Okay, so usually I would have just left that to dry overnight, but as I already explained at the beginning of the video, that portion of the video where I'm gluing the scraps down, that was filmed in December, 13th of December 23, and now it's the 1st of March 24, so it's had a couple of months to dry. Anyway, this is the one I just did on camera. Now after that one, I also did another one, which was this, and so those were both December 23. And then yesterday I did this one. So this was 29th of February, leap year, 2024. And I did another one because this is for the Use It Till It's Gone challenge. And look how much my tray has gone down. I'm so excited. But I did think doing this would make the tray go down a lot further. Anyway, this one I also incorporated some desk scraps because I've been trying not to add new scraps to this tray since this is for the challenge. But I do have this little pile of desk scraps that have been building up. New scraps. So a lot of it is, you can see thin strips where I've been trimming bits down, and there was some green cardboard as well from when I cut those pockets up for the Bumblebee journals. And there was also some green magazine and pink magazine page that had been floating around my desk, so I threw that in there as well. This is some suspension folder from when I trimmed down the cover for the bee journal. But as you can see, it's great for getting rid of every little crappy piece. Look at these little thin bits. Anyway, so I've popped those all on there. Now I'm going to cut these down using my guillotine, but I think I'll skip ahead for this so you don't have to sit here and see me chopping. I'm just going to cut these to, I think the previous ones I had cut to 2 centimeters. Yep, I think. So I'm just going to cut them to the same size because I'd like this to be exactly the same as method 1 in the previous video, other than how we made it. Okay, so I'll be straight back. Okay, so I've finished cutting up those 3 sheets. Now I've left them in strips instead of making them into one long continuous strip like in the first video. So I'm not sure how I'll use these yet, so I'll leave them as strips for now. I've just clipped the top of it to keep them in order. Okay, so this was the one I did on camera. Now, I was thinking that I was going to much prefer, the original glue stick version. And I kind of do. I like the feel of this better than the one with PVA. The PVA, even though it's watered down, it does give it a slightly glossy finish. And I suppose I could use a matte gel, which I do have. I've got something like, matte deco glue. Or this is my favourite glue. Little Birdie matte decoupage glue. And you can water that down like PVA. But, yeah, I've just used PVA for these. But if you don't want that glossy look, yeah, just use a matte glue. So you can see they're all quite similar. Anyway, I love how they come out. I do like the glue, like I said, the glue stick version better, just because of the finish. But I think these ones, the paper stays down a lot better. You know, because you've put the glue on top, whereas with the ones with glue stick, you're just gluing little scraps down on and gluing it onto other paper. I also haven't sewn them. So, if you recall, the original one I did sew. I haven't sewn these yet. I may sew pieces as I use them. So as I use these in journals, you may see little bits sewn. Anyway, that's it. I'm not going to show you each piece because, you know, they're kind of the same as the one on top. They all kind of look very similar. But I just love them. I can't tell you how much I love these, and I love making them. You can pretty much use up all your little scraps, junk papers. I plain magazine scraps. Really, really thin strips that you've trimmed off stuff. Even these, say, these are the bits that I've trimmed off the edge of these when I was cutting them up. And those will just go in the next batch of faux washi tape to use up. So, use it till it's gone. We're getting there. It's going down slowly. Oops. Wait, I have to put these scraps back in, don't I? I know that makes it look a lot fuller. But I've got a few other projects on the go as well. I just need time to film. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed that. Give it a go, whichever method you prefer. PVA glue on a mat, or gluing it down with a glue stick. Doesn't matter. They both turn out really, really well. I suppose this one's a bit more manageable, the little strips. You know, you can just drop these into a little tub and use them as you go. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye.